This is John Foster here with wvsportsnet.com. Lucky enough to catch up with the head coach of the Skyhawks. Earlier, Tony and I were talking. We come up to get you out of the film session. You were pretty intense in there, Coach, bringing it up on the big screen. We didn't think we were going to get you, so thanks for stepping in here with us.
Hey, no problem, John.
Hey, me and you go a long way back, you know, from WVSN, and me and my family. Congratulations on getting the head coaching job. I know it's something that for 4 or 5 years when you sat under Jason, you thought about being the man. It changes a little bit. Can you tell us the biggest change?
Yes, it does. You go from being just that guy that sits on the sidelines and watches everything go on, especially with all the organization and different things like that, and even the relationship you have with the kids changes.
Right.
It's totally different. It's something that I have wanted to do, and I'm so excited I finally took that step and got the job.
Right. Well, yeah, absolutely. And me and Tony alluded a little bit to your staff, because we talked to Matt Dolan and Jesse Belcher, and they kind of were deferring the leadership role. Neither one of them really wanted to take it, but the one thing they had in common is how much respect they had for you and your staff. Now, your staff's young, Coach, but let's tell us a little bit about the assistants.
Well, now, we've still got Steve McComas, who was our assistant last year with the JV. He is, in my mind, I don't even want to say assistant, but a co-head coach.
Right.
He's so knowledgeable about the game. There's no way I could do it without him. I give him so much credit. He's really, truly amazing to have.
Right.
He is. And Coach Linville, he was with us last year as well. Yeah, he may be young, but I can promise there's nobody in this area that works with younger kids and our kids as much as he does.
Right.
He'll open up his gym anytime for them. They can go there, they can lift, they can work out. He'll open up a gym for them no matter where it's at. If he can find an open gym, he gets in there and gets it done. And I just don't think there's any other coaches in the state that's got as much dedication as Coach Linville.
Right.
He's truly a great asset to have with this program.
Right.
And we brought along Coach Sheets this year. I made a joke with him and told him that he took Kingery's spot, so he's going to have to come up with some antics on the sideline to entertain people. But he played with me and you.
Yeah.
You know, we know him really well. And he was our point guard, and, you know, usually 9 times out of 10, your point guard knows the game of basketball, and Josh knows it. So I know Josh will help this year. Right now, he's still filling out the kids. He doesn't, you know, he just learned all their names, you know, not too long ago. So Josh is going to be a big help for us this year.
I think he's a good addition. You talk about his antics, I kind of chuckle a little bit because, you know, we grew up with him, and he's really a mild-mannered kid, and I'll be real interested to get him on film if he does anything crazy. One other thing I like to talk about is, like I said, I come and got you out of the film session. Tell us how watching film and not only watching it, but teaching your kids how to study film, how does it help them?
Well, whenever we were talking about doing film, we did a great job of doing the film last year around come sectional time. But there was so much stuff that we could have got better at through the season of watching film that sometimes we didn't realize until sectionals were here and it was already too late to change.
Right.
So when we went in film session just now, we started off, we played terrible against Negro Central. Terrible. We weren't there mentally or physically. So I broke down every play that was really bad. If I broke down every play that was bad, it would have been a 14-hour-long film session. But I broke down the plays that were really bad and stopped it so that they could see on the court what was going on, where when they had the ball, they may not be able to see it.
Right.
Or the guy who's setting the screen and should have rolled, or the guy who set the screen should have flared, where he didn't see it at the time, he can see it on the film session. So, you know, next time he gets in that situation, now he's looking for that option, where before he was just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Sometimes when you get a bird's eye view of it, you know, you get a better understanding of what's going on around you than just through your own eyes.
It's just like if you sit up in the stands, you see stuff sometimes that other, you know, the kids on the floor don't. And now that's the angle they're seeing it at, and hopefully they'll progress and, you know, get better at running the offenses. So.
Okay. Well, now we highlighted some stats earlier, and I'm going to throw them at you. I don't know if you're aware of them. But as far as the stats that we could gather, the Skyhawks did not lose a game at home last year. We were 14-0 between here, West Madison, and the Civic Center. Now, playing in the ever-tough Cardinal Conference, they put 3 teams in the state tournament last year. You know, I don't know what the other teams have coming back, but you have Jesse Belcher and Matt Dolan, and the emergence of Cody Brown, which, you know, Coach threw him in there last year, and I thought he played pretty well. Tell us how those 3 have they been able to help your younger crowds? I look at the roster, Coach, and you're pretty young.
Yeah, we've got 2 seniors, 1 junior, 7 sophomores, and 6 freshmen.
No.
So it's going to be a tough year.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Linville likes to joke, says, I don't care if John Wooden's coaching this year. It's going to be a tough year. But they're stepping up. The biggest thing, and I said it that I couldn't do it without Steve. I'll be honest with you, Jesse has stepped up, especially in practice and games, where, well, today, for instance, at practice, I was going to chew our big man because he should have just opened up, but he took 2 steps out of the paint, and before I could get over there, Jesse's got him by the shirt collar.
Right.
So, you know, telling him the same exact thing I was going to tell him. Well, you know, Jesse's seen all that. He's their peer. He's their leader. He's their captain. They're listening to him, too. So they have a big role as far as helping out our younger guys. Now, I'll take it a step further. The west side screens, we played great. Our low post guys, which is 1 senior, a sophomore, and 2 sophomores. 1 senior, 2 sophomores, what we played in that game. And they played excellent against the 2 Tilley twins from west side.
Right.
They're the 2 big, strong football
absolutely,
players.
Yes.
But I still think that's because our older guys stayed on and practiced all right. You know, we prepared. We knew what was coming with them. You know, there's no secret. They're big, they're strong, and they take it hard, and they're physical.
Yeah.
And I think that our guards that you mentioned called them out, and they stepped up to the challenge. So I think with the mix that we've got with some of the experience around the perimeter and the youth underneath, I think that perimeter experience is going to pick up our youth underneath.
Right. Well, you know, that's big, too, because you were so senior-laden last year under the basket. You know, you had the 2 twin towers. And anybody that don't know the Tilley twins that he's speaking of, I mean, they're all-state caliber athletes in about any sport that they want to play. Now, a week from today, Coalfield Shootout. Great event. Can't wait to be there. You're going to open up against Tyler Consolidated, correct?
Yes,
that's the Friday night before. Tell us a little bit about the tournament and maybe some teams that's going to be in it.
Okay. Yeah, we start out, our tip-off 7 o'clock against Tyler Consolidated. And then we've got Tulsa coming in for the late game with Stonewall Jackson. Stonewall Jackson's supposed to have some really good players on their team. And Tulsa's got the Copley kid who is absolutely unreal.
Yes, he is.
Freakish athlete, I guess is about the only way to say it.
Played real big in the sectionals last year.
Very big. Yeah. I think the first time he touched the ball against us, he took baseline and dunked it.
Right.
So that just, you know. But they play, and then the following day, we've got teams, we got Capital coming in, we got Winfield, we got Capital, Winfield, Logan's coming. They're playing Stonewall the second day.
Okay.
Hurley, Virginia. We saw them in a tournament over in Pikeville, and their offense, you'll like it. It's not anything you've ever seen around here. It's neat. They read each other. They give each other like slaps if they're going to do one thing.
Right.
I don't know. It's something that's worth watching.
Right. Okay.
But and then you got us, of course, in Tulsa. I think it's just going to be a good atmosphere all around.
Yeah. It is, and the games start what time Saturday?
Saturday it's 11:45.
Okay. And games will run all day. And come out. Tickets will be cheap. The popcorn will be warm. Come out, support the Hawks. Great day of basketball. Coach, again, thank you for the time. You can catch all the Skyhawk action here on wvsportsnet.com all season long. Come out and support first-year head coach Nick Cabell and his very young Hawks team as they try to make a run back to Charleston as they were state runners-up last year. Again, he's Nick Cabell. I'm John Foster at wvsportsnet.com, your sports voice of the Valley.